Going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. I'm really excited to be doing this deck tag for you guys. I got a ton of requests on Twitter for me to share the deck list with you guys, and I asked if this would be, I actually was in the mood and I really wanted to film a deck tech because I hadn't filmed one in a really long time, and I was like, you know, I really need to. So I'm definitely going to be filming some updated ones as well as my rune deck, which I've been really wanting to film. I just kind of have been wanting to refine the deck a little bit more, but it's at a pretty solid place, so yeah, this is my new Zegana deck tech. I'm so excited for you guys to see this. The deck list will be listed in a down bar below if you want to check it out. And it is on tapped out. And I will say one thing before I jump in is that the deck is not 100% refined. You know, it's still fairly new. I'm still testing things out. However, I have blown so many people out with this deck. It is like really solid. And I would really not be putting this out there if I like didn't feel like confident about it, you know? But I am really impressed by the deck so far. So let's get into it. So yes, Zegana is the commander, and also Paul got the foil timestamp for me. I love the Simic symbol that we have. Yeah, love that. Okay, cool. Let's start first with the lands. So the deck, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. We have 9 forests and 10 islands. The deck is primarily blue, I would say. And then we get into our specialty lands. The first one, which is honestly, I think just like a Simic staple, is Alchemist Refuge. This card is just boss. There's not a whole lot to say. It's just really good, and I really love it in the deck. Then we have Ash Barrens. I really like this card. This is like a card that I feel like just really impresses me. Like every time I play it, I'm like, I'm never unhappy to draw this card. You know what I mean? It's just such a good redraw. Okay, and then we have, Botanical Sanctum. These cards are kind of newer for me, and I kind of started to recently run them in my deck. I really wish that it had the land type island forest on there, but this card is still very good, and I do run a lot of basics, as you can see. Then I have Cavern of Souls in the deck. It's so funny, guys. I was like playing, and someone like tried to counter my spell last night, and I was like, LOL, I Cavern of Souls my thing, and then he was like, oh, and I was like, yeah. So Cavern of Souls is a really good addition. If you can't get one, I like understand this card. I looked, it's like $68, which is just insane. At least the Avacyn Restore one is. I think it's been reprinted, so I think it's cheaper in other sets, but it's still like a really expensive card. Yeah, Command Tower, duh. Evolving Wilds, yep. Ghost Quarter, really straightforward. Misty Rainforest, super good. A lot of these are just really Mosswork Bridge, this card's awesome. I really like this card a lot. Guys, is there a blue version of Mosswork Bridge? If so, what is it? Let me know. Oran Reef the Vastwood, because there are a lot of +1/+1 encounters in the deck. I don't know, this card may eventually potentially come out because there's not a lot of green ones, because it only says green creature, which is unfortunate. I kind of wish that it just said like everything. Reliquary Tower, because it's blue. I have a ton of card draw. Temple of Mystery, because I love scrying. Temple of the False God, I always get flack for running this card, but I really like it. Terramorphic Expanse, a foil Terramorphic Expanse. Ooh, pretty. They really need to redo this card with different art. It's been like 5 years. Thornwood Falls. And lastly, Unclaimed Territory. I really like this card. I think it's a really good commander card, and I'm really into it. Okay, now where do I take you guys? I think I'm just going to do Planeswalkers because there's only 2. I have Kiora, Master of the Depths. I can't really speak on how Kiora's been performing because I haven't really drawn her. I've played with her in the past, and she's, like, really good. The deck does have a lot of ways, like, you kind of want your creatures to be, like, untapped because there's a lot of, like, tapping and untapping in the deck, which, excuse me, Merfolk are known for, so I do think for that reason our +1 is good. I do like the -2, and I have used the -2 when I played with Zegana, when I played with Kiora, so that I can downtick her and then get back, most of the time it's a creature. And then her minus, I mean, it's so good, like, really hard to kill. Then we have old school Kiora. I love this Kiora too, she's so good. I feel like I really want to get in a really good position where I can, like, cast Zegana. Oh my god, I don't know why I keep calling them Zegana. Why I can cast Kiora and just, like, ults. Like, that would just be, like, the best thing ever if I managed to just, like, cast them, protect them with all of my creatures, because your creatures are just so big in this deck. They can get, like, really big. Okay, then we're going to get into enchantments. There are quite a few. First I have Hadana's Climb. This card is so good. There was just so many cards that were really good. You blow so many people out with this. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, why I run Zegana as the commander, because you can play her, right? And then a couple turns later, or potentially the next turn, she's a 4/4, right? And then you can make her an 8/8 with her adapt. And then you have Hadana's Climb. You can make her a 16/16, y'all. And that's not to say if you have no other ways of buffing. Like, you can straight up just kill people with Zegana. It's, like, dumb. So this is so freaking good, y'all. It's like 3 mana and tap. Target creature gets flying and +X for X creature power. This is so good. This reminds me a lot of Kessig Wolfron. Yeah, this card is so good. If you're doing +1/+1 counters, even not you're doing Zegana like someone else, like I really recommend Hadana's Climb. It's a really good addition. Hardened Scales, because it's really good for getting additional counters on things, which is really important in this deck. This is a card that I'm really not 100% sure on. Inexorable Tide. I do think that this card is good. I don't know if I kind of need it in the deck. I also feel like it's high mana cost. I don't know. This was a card I had left over from Super Friends. It's foil and pretty, but I don't really know. That's a card I'm like not 100% sure on yet. This is a card I unfortunately haven't drawn, but I've played with this card in the past when I built like old school 60 card Merfolk, Marrow Commerce. This card is just absolutely absurd for 2 mana. Like, it is so amazing and busted and 100% needed in Merfolk. New card for me, Simic Ascendancy. Ooh, super exciting. I was playing this, and like again, this with Zegana is so good because you can play it and like you adapt Zegana, and that's 4 counters on this. I just think it would be like hilarious if I honestly won with Simic Ascendancy. Like, yes, please. And then we have Spreading Seas, because Island Walk is important in this because there are a lot of cards that say island, give things Island Walk. Also, I like this card because it draws a card, and I love drawing cards, y'all. It's my favorite thing to do in Magic, in case you didn't know. Okay, let's get into sorceries. So the first one that I have, a lot of these are pretty like standard. Cultivate, because mana ramping is important. Fade into Antiquity. I've talked about this card a ton on my channel. I love this card. I feel like it's so good to be able to exile things. Like, I would 100% recommend Fade into Antiquity. There's also a lot of cards that are white that are similar that exile things. I just feel like exiling is just strictly better than destroying things a lot of times. So if I have the option, I pick exiling. Farseek, super good. I just realized I need to get a breeding pool for this deck. That's like really important. I did not mean to throw you Kodama's Reach. Yep, card's really good. This also card, this just got like reprinted, so I would like recommend like stocking up on like this card if you want it, because it's like the best, one of the best ramp spells. Rampant Growth, I really need to get the promo one because I love it, the full art. Okay, Rite of Replication, y'all. This card, so good. I'm so excited that I get to play with this card again because, guys, I like literally, and you're gonna see this, I have like a bunch of +1/+1 counters, but I also have a lot of like the, I'm blanking on the name of what they're called, but the cards that like basically give, like +1/+1 in general, like those types of cards. There's like the Lord type cards, and guys, I literally did this the other day, and I had a Lord, and I gave all my team, I'm not kidding, so I made 5 of them, but I had the 1, so all my guys got +6/+6. It was so busted. Rite of Replication is amazing. I can't say enough good things about this card. And then Treasure Cruise, because yeah, and it's also like I feel like flavor on point. Treasure, like cruise, you know, like Merfolk. Yeah, okay, then we're going to get into instants, because I did sorceries and I feel like that makes sense. The first is Beast Within. I really love this card. You give them a 3/3, which you literally don't care about. You're just drawing something that's really important in their deck, and it's really good. Then we have Blue Sun Zenith, because duh. Drawing cards. Hell yeah. Then we have Brainstorm. Not a whole lot to say. Card's really good and I like it a lot. Counterspell. Guys, can you do me a favor and please let me know what your favorite counterspell are? This is the Ice Age art and it's my all-time favorite. I love this art. I love like the black background in this art, and this girl is just looking fire, and like she reminds me like of, what is the Taylor Swift music video where oh my gosh, it was one of her most recent ones. I think it was Look What You Made Me Do. This outfit reminds me of that. Or I guess Taylor Swift took it from there because that one existed first. Okay, Dig Through Time. Yep, cards so good. You don't have like Graveyard Recursion in this deck, so like I really don't mind running Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise because I can delve away stuff. I like don't have any recursion in this deck. Like this is not what I'm doing, you know. Then we have Disdainful Stroke. Someone gave me a playset of these, so I literally have 3 more, and I'm like, okay, I finally have a chance to run this. I love this. So pretty. Then we have Dissolve. I really like this counterspell. I also really love this art too. I think it's really good. I like scrying a lot. Okay, guys, I'm so excited. I just traded for this card last night, and, like, this is one of the most beautiful cards that I've ever seen in my existence, and I was like, I literally don't care. I'm taking something out for this because I just need to run this art. Let's just take a moment. Also, so I can take a sip of water, because these videos are super tiring. I don't know how this card plays out, because like I said, I literally traded for it last night, but like, oh my god. This is great. It draws me a card. It puts me a land. Yeah, I'm all about that life. Okay, then we have Opt. Paul got this card for me a while ago, and I really like it. I think this card is very good. And then we have Rapid Hybridization. Guys, can you do me a favor and let me know the other card that is the same thing as it, but it makes this one makes a Frog Lizard, and there's one that makes like a beast, but it's 1 mana. I thought I had it, and I don't know where it is. I can't find it, but I really want to put it in here. So if you guys could tell me the card that's literally the exact same as this, but it's like different. Like it's 1 mana, it's like it destroys and it gives them a 3/3. I just can't remember what it is. So please let me know if you know what card I'm talking about. Okay, then we're going to get into artifacts. These are pretty much mana rocks and accelerations. I first put Bow of Nylea in here, and I thought this card would be good because, first off, Death Touch. I mean, yeah. And the second thing is, for 2 mana, you can put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. What I really like about this, too, is I have a bit of tapping and untapping synergy in this deck. I'm not saying it's, like, the whole deck, but, like, I do have a couple of cards that do it. And this is one card that I would not mind untapping. I haven't drawn it yet, but I played with this card in the past, and it's really good. Also, it has these other abilities, which is good. You can do 2 damage to something with flying, which is good. You gain 3 life. You can put cards into the graveyard, which, again, that ability is not relevant because I don't have, like, any recursion, really. So, I mean, I guess it would be good for, like, redraws and stuff, but then we have Commander Sphere. Card's good. Dark Steel Ingot. I put a lot of mana acceleration in this deck, things like Mind Stone, and then we have this old school Moss Diamond. This is 7th edition with the white borders. Hell yeah, I love white borders, y'all. I actually just put this card in the deck, Perilous Vault. It's my favorite artifact in EDH, and it's also like an amazing board wipe. Then we have Simic Signet. This card's really good. Okay, y'all, someone said last night that this card looks like a bar of soap, and I'm never able to, like, undo that from my eyes. So I just wanted to let you know that it's ruined for me, so it's not ruined for you. So every time you see this card, you're going to think, oh, Tracy said it was a bar of soap, because it is. Sky Diamond. I really love this art. This is so pretty. Soul Ring, because, yeah. Staff of Nin. I love this card. Oh my god. Guys, like, I was playing with it last night, and, like, this card, honestly, I feel like is so underrated because, like, yeah, it's 6 mana, but, like, who cares? Like, you play it, and you have so much mana acceleration in this deck, and you have, like, a lot of mana rocks. You just cast this card, and, like, the other day I cast this card on, like, turn 3, and it was really good. And I was like, cool, I'll just keep drawing other cards, and then you can just ping something, and you can do, like, it to creature or player, and I'm pretty sure with the new Planeswalker rulings, you can do damage to Planeswalkers with this too. Let me know. I'm not 100% sure if they read this. I don't really remember. I can't keep track of all these freaking rules with Planeswalkers and stuff, but this card's really good. It's really good to, like, deal damage to, like, little creatures. And then we have Swiftfoot Boots, of course. And Thought Vessel, this card's super important in this deck because you do have a lot of card draw, and I really like, you know, I don't want to discard. And also it adds mana. And it also doesn't enter tap. That card's all around great. Thran Dynamo. I think this card's really good. And the last artifact is Worn Power. So I think this is a great mana acceleration card, or mana rock. Okay, we get into the creatures. I'm so excited. There's some really baller creatures in here, so let's get into it. The first one is Cold-Eyed Silky. Yeah. Guys, I've loved this card for a really long time, and I've been really excited that I finally get the chance to put it in a deck. I just got this card. I think it's really good. I love that it has Island Walk. I get to draw cards. That makes me really happy. I have a lot of ways of buffing this card with +1/+1 counters, and like I said, cards that just give all my Merfolk +1/+1. So I'm really excited to be running that card. And then we have Deeproot Elite. This card, I don't think looks that good, but I think it's better than it looks. It's like every time you play a Merfolk, you give something else a +1/+1 counter, so it's just a really good Merfolk support card, and I think it's good, and I like it. Okay, this card is such a good card in Merfolk, y'all. Forerunner of the Heralds is so good. So first off, you tutor for a Merfolk. Yes. The second thing is you do, whenever another Merfolk ETBs, you put a +1 counter on it, so this card with this card is really good. Yeah, overall, very good, and it's also foil. Pretty. Okay. Then we have Herald of the Secret Streams. Okay. This is so good. I have blown so many people out. This is a really good, like, I will, like, play this card and, like, get this card a lot of the times because it's so good. Yes. Okay. Kiora's Follower. Like I said, a lot of good tapping or untapping synergy. I think just in general, this is a really good card. Also, it's freaking beautiful. Steve Prescott art. I love this art. Oh, so nice. Okay, then we have Cupola, Warden of Waves. I'm not 100% sure of this card. Like, this is a card that's probably gonna come out, to be honest. I feel like I just want more things that buff my team, and I think this is one card that it's kind of just a throwaway. Like, I'm kind of just in it. It's in here, but I'm gonna get something to replace it. You know what I mean? I just kind of, like, have had that card for a while. Master of the Pearl Trident. Yes, this card is so good. Not only does it give your team +1/+1, but you get Island Walk as well. I mean, yeah, and you have ways, if they don't have islands, you have a couple of ways of giving them Island Walk. There's not a ton of cards that give Island Walk, but there are a couple. This card's great. Okay, then we have Master of Waves. I'm not 100% sure on this card. I haven't, like, played with it a ton, so I don't really know. I feel like it's good, but I'm like, I don't know, do I really have that many things with a lot of mana symbols? Am I really getting a lot of value off this card? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just not 100% sure on this card. It may come out in the future. You know what I mean? Okay, then we have Merfolk Looter. I kind of just put this card in here as, like, a spot filler. It has been pretty good, though. It draws me a card and it discards a card. It's only 1 mana. Like, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Okay, then we have Merfolk Mistbinder. Yes. For 2 mana, gives your team +1/+1, and on its own, it's a 2/2. Yeah, this card's great. Okay, this card's boss, y'all. Also, it's just so pretty. It's foil. Oh my god, yes. Okay, first off, it gives your team +1/+1. The second thing is target Merfolk is unblockable this turn, which is so good. So if you, like, untap this, you have the chance to, like, make 2 things unblockable. Yes, this card is all around really fantastic. This is really good too if you're trying to, like, kill people with commander damage. You can, like, make your Zegana unblockable. Yeah, all around just huge fan. Okay, this card is so good. Yeah, Marrow Regery. Also, I looked at this because I was originally going to get, like, in the promo, and I, like, do not like the promo art at all. I think it looks terrible. But, other Merfolk get +1/+1, and whenever you play a Merfolk spell, you may tap or untap target permanent. This is really good. You can, like, tap down your opponent's creature. You can, like, untap a land. You can just do whatever you want with this card. It's such a good card in this deck. Like, if you're playing Merfolk, you need this card. And then we have the other Zegana, Prime Speaker Zegana, who's one of my favorite cards of all time. I love her. Your cards are going to be big, so you have a chance to just draw, like, a ton of cards with her, which is so good. I've loved Prime Speaker Zegana. A lot of people ask me why she's not the commander, and, you know, guys, I just really like the trample, and I really like, it's just, I really like giving yourself trample. I don't know. Zegana's still good, though. Obviously, she's still in the deck. Okay. This card I'm not 100% sure on, but I feel like it's really good. It's a card I don't think a lot of people know called Rootwater Thief. You can give something flying until end of turn, or I'm sorry, it gains flying until end of turn. And then when it deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 2. And if you do, search that player's library for a card and remove it from the game. What? This is, like, a really weird, underrated card that I don't think people know exists. But I just think it's really good. Like, it seems really good. Like, I haven't really used it because I haven't drawn it. But, like, I just think this card seems really good. Okay, then we have Seafloor Oracle. Yes, I think this card is sweet. Whenever a Merfolk until deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So even if you don't have a lot of other Merfolk on the field, he draws you cards too whenever they deal combat damage to a player. Yes, this card's great. Also really pretty. Okay, then we have Sea Hunter. Guys, if you're running Merfolk in EDH, you need this card. Tutor for a Merfolk. Yep, boom, done. Need it, love it, good. Okay, then we have Shapers of Nature. I don't think this card looks that good, but I think it's better than people anticipate. What I love about this card is it's not a tap ability, so you can put a +1/+1 counter on something, and regardless of how much mana you have, like, yeah, it is kind of a lot of mana to do it, but, like, I feel like a lot of things that put +1/+1 counters on stuff just cost mana. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's something that is part of the cost. So yeah, and then you can remove a counter to draw a card. So if you're in a spot where you're like, you're trying, like, you maybe don't have a lot of creatures or something, and you, like, you're just kind of, like, need to draw cards, this card kind of does, like, both things, which I really like. Then we have Silver Gill Adepts. This card is so good. I love it. You draw a card. It's a 2/1. Yep. It's just kind of a good Merfolk. And then we have Stony Brook Banneret. I'm probably saying that wrong. Banneret? I don't know how to say that. But it's a 1-mana 1/1 Island Walk, and Merfolk and Wizards cost 1 less to play. Yep. All around, card is just really good. Makes your stuff cheaper. Okay, then we have a card that I don't think a lot of people know what this card is, called Streambed Aquatex. It's a 3-mana 2/3, and this is a really good one that you'd want to untap because you can give something Island Walk, and you can give, and if it doesn't have Island Walk, like if it has Island Walk already, you can make something an island, which is so good. This card is really good. I think it's very underrated. And then we have a card that I originally thought this card would be better than it is, so I'm not 100% sure on it, but you basically can make something so it can't be the target of spells or abilities, or spells or effects until end of turn. I'm just not 100% sure in this card. I feel like I thought that it would be better, so it's definitely something that's going to be cut once I get something else. Then we have a Talrand, and originally I was like, oh, I think I'm going to cut Talrand, but I don't know, guys. I feel like I have a lot of instants and sorceries, so I feel like this card is like definitely going to be something that I'm going to keep in for a while to make some drakes. Oh my god, Tatiova. Oh my gosh, this card is so good. I love it. The next couple cards are like really good, and I'm really excited to share with you guys. But guys, every time you play a land, I did this thing where I had an Evolving Wilds, and so like I Evolving Wilds and then like drew a card, gained a life, and then I cracked it, and then I got another card and another life, and I was like, yes, please. This card is so good. Oh my god, I need it in like all my decks. Tashana. Yes, Tashana, guys. I did the coolest thing the other day where I like Tashana, like drew 5 cards, got a Mosswort Bridge, untapped Mosswort Bridge the next turn, like on the same turn I like untapped Mosswort Bridge into Prime Speaker Zegana. It was the coolest thing I've ever done. I was like, yes, please. Okay, so it's power and time to equal to the number of cards in your hand, which is amazing, and you draw 1,000,000 cards in this deck. You have no maximum hand size, hell yeah, and then it draws a card for each creature you control. Everything about this card screams yes. It's just a really big body. And the last card is Varel. Of course, I actually just traded for a foil one last night. Y'all, pretty. Okay. Yes. Doubling any number of things. It's a tap ability. You have ways of untapping things. This is one of the cards that is such an easy win con. This is also a really good card that synergizes really well with your commander because you have Zegana, you adapt her, and then you like double the number of counters on it. And if you can like untap it and then do it again, you can make Zegana, let's see, she's 16 to 30, 38, 38. Yeah, that seems a little busted. Yeah, I would say so. Guys, that is it. That is it for this Zegana deck tech. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really open to suggestions because, like I said, I do have a couple of spot fillers in the deck. I have a couple of things that I know I want to take out. Obviously, I mean, this should have been pretty straightforward. Like, I want a doubling season for the deck. Like, duh. Like, that's going to be something I obviously get. I just like that card's $50, and I'm not really going to spend $50 on a card like that right now. But, actually, no, it's not that expensive. I feel like the card is like $30, but anyways, I'd really like to know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in my next video.